well as we have another code, BMCS, is an elective for RIT and RRS students. Okay, so you're just part of it. So all the materials, the assignments, the lectures, the tutorials, all share among these programs. Okay, and for your information, the upcoming midterm test will not be conducted during the lecture class. I will set another extra, probably the evening sections, because I have to match the schedule for all these programs so for the midterm test. So I'm going to set it evenings or maybe late night, maybe 10 p.m. No. About 6 about 6, 7 like that. Okay. So has anyone entered this Google Classroom? Yes or no? Yes, yes, Okay, so let's go into this Google Classroom. So everything is here. The materials that I'm going to share with you is inside the first link. Okay, you can just click into this link. Please do not modify. I believe that you cannot modify. I just send you as a viewer. You can just download. Just download everything into your laptop or whatever. So we have 4 folders here. The tutorial questions I'm going to discuss with you during tutorial class. How I'm going to conduct the tutorial. I believe it during the tutorial class I will discuss this. How am I going to conduct the tutorials later. Meanwhile, for the practical, maybe I talk about the lecture note first, okay? Hi. Taking your lunch? Yes. Okay. So we have we have 14 chapters. 14. But for the informations, I'm not going to cover the chapter 14 because it's not really relevant to the AI at this moment. So I'm not going to cover. Means that you will not come up with the final examination. So you can exclude this chapter 14. Okay. As well as I will cover the recommended system, which is chapter 11B. But I'm not going to set this chapter in final examinations. Otherwise, either you ask me again, give me the tips during the week 13, 14. Okay? Because in the chapter 11B is mainly theory, quite a lot of theory. So I don't really like to set a theory question in the final examination. So, but however, I will still cover these chapters in our syllabus, but may not be in the final examinations. The rest, yes, definitely. We will go through and then I will, maybe during the class, I will give you some hints. This is very important that you have to start in your notes. Okay? When I say, this is very important, I emphasize a lot of time, then you have to be pandai. Okay? Because based on my experience, the failure rate is quite high. But not for RSW course, for this course. The reason why I found out that is because this course is more towards applications. It's application. It's not like the coding, the course that you learned before. It's like connection. You have a chapter 1, like kind of what data type, and then followed by chapter 2, so it's kind of a flow, right? But this AI course is like individual, right? It's independent. So we have a chapter 2, chapter 3, 4 is one application. So chapter 5 and 6 independent. So there's no relation at all. There's no relationship at all. So I found that the student told me that it's quite hard to like memorize and to understand even the calculations because there's no relationship at all. So this is the thing I found out. So I try my best to make it simple, to explain each of the chapter in a very simple ways. I'm going to cover the very fundamentals, calculations, not too complex. Okay? Then I'm going to tell you which part that you should focus on so that you can pay more attention during the final examinations. Okay? So before we start, maybe I will just give you the summary of what we are going to cover later throughout these 14 weeks. So we have a chapter 1. So chapter 1 is just about the introduction, the intro to the AI. Okay? So the intro to the AI, what is AI? Okay, the definitions of AI. Then we cover about the Turing test. So we will cover also the Chinese room. Right? Is it correct? Okay. And then we have done. So this is chapter 2. Chapter 3, chapter 4 is about the path of finding. Anyone from a diploma? A bonus mark? So where are you from?
Diploma, but from other universities.
Oh, other university. Okay. How about the rest? Foundations? Levels. Not here lah. Anyone from here? Diploma? STPM. Okay. So none. So do you learn about the pathfinding? No. Okay, good. So because if you take the diploma, you have learned this before. So if you are from diploma, then there's some advantage. Then this is just a revision for you. Okay, if you know nothing about the pathfinding, then okay. So I'm going to start from the beginning. I will treat you. Every one of you is like beginner. Okay. So in the pathfindings, so we're going to learn about the goal formulations, the problem formulations. Okay, this is chapter 2. Other than that, we're going to learn the technique to do the search. What is the pathfinding? It's like the ways, the Google map, the how I'm going to lead you to the solution. Right? You have an initial point, so you have a goal. So how the ways is going to lead you to the goal in the optimal solutions in the least number of times. Maybe you have some puzzle you want to solve. So you have to design first. Design your algorithm so that the algorithm is able to lead you to the solutions. The puzzle, the color one, you have the magic cube, right? So it's fall under path searching. So we have some strategy, for example, uninformed search. Okay, and then we have another topic, chapter 4 is informed search. So we're going to cover some of the strategy, for example, breakfasts, breakfasts, and so on and so forth, right? Informed search is like what is that? Informed search, we have best versus, okay, and so on and so forth. We have 4 or 5 strategies. So this is one of the applications, one of the AI applications, right? So done. Then you have to forget everything here. So we have a chapter 5 and 6. So chapter 5 and 6 is about NLP. It's a natural language processing. I believe that maybe some of you have seen these terms before. You learned this before by yourself. I'm not sure. It's about how to make your AI application understand the human language, right? Like the ChatGPT that is very famous right now, right? So before the ChatGPT can answer your questions, the first thing you need to understand your questions, right? Your questions type in natural language, right? What is natural language? Is the language that we converse or we use in the daily life. Mandarin, Chinese, Tamil, Bahasa is called natural language, right? So we're going to process this natural language. So in the NLP, we have 2 branches here. NLU, natural language understanding, how the machine is going to understand what humans talking about. Then we have a NLG. So after the machine understands the human language, then it needs to generate the language, right? The ChatGPT understand, it needs to respond to you, right? So, but however, we are not going to touch on the NLG because it's very complicated. But we have another course, NLP, taught by another lecturer. Yeah, I'm not sure whether it's offered to the RSW, but it's offered to RDS student, okay? But I'm not sure whether is it offered to the RSW students. Maybe yes. So if you are interested in the NLP, then you can take this the whole course. It's actually covered in the 14 weeks. So we just cover in the NLU some limitations, some simple applications, and so on and so forth. So this is one of the applications. Then we have a chapter 7, 8, 9, is about the machine learning. So what is machine learning? Oh, you have heard about these terms before? What is machine learning? No. Avoid eye contact. Yes, machine learning. You look at the answer is inside the title already. Machine learning. Machine is learning, yes. The answer is, what is machine learning? The machine is learning. Yeah, we want to build something that, we want to build some application or any applications that the machine can learn by itself without explicitly pre-programmed. What is explicitly pre-programmed is like, in the past, for the past 10, 20 years ago, how AI works is solely based on the if-else rules, right? If let's say now we have a, let's say now, aircon. So we said, okay, if the room temperature is hot, is more than 28 degrees Celsius, then reduce the, release more cooling air. We use if-else statement. Okay, if then you execute this. If then you execute it. This is the AI, so-called AI in the past 10 or 20 years ago. But now I think we are moving forward toward a machine learning or deep learning. We no longer use if-else statement anymore. We feed in the experience, we feed in the past data into the so-called AI application, maybe the aircon. The aircon will sense by itself. Or is it time to release cool the cooling air? A lot of students here scan. Oh, then it's time to release. No more if-else rules. It's solely based on the how the machine feel that it's time to release, then I release. They will learn by themselves. Okay, we will cover a lot more this machine learning, which is also very important. I think this is the future. Yeah. So I'm going to cover this during the tutorial practical class also, the algorithms, how to build the machine learning applications. So we have many types of machine learning, but mainly we will cover two types of machine learning called supervised machine learning and unsupervised machine learning. Okay, as well as a small part of the building block of the deep learning called neural networks. Artificial neural networks. So these are the three topics. Okay, supervised, unsupervised, and artificial neural networks. So what is artificial neural network? It's actually a building block to build the deep learning. I'm not sure whether you heard about this deep learning or not. Yeah, maybe some of you heard about this deep learning. Okay, but we are not going to cover the deep learning. We will just cover the building block of the deep learning, which is the artificial neural networks. A BG1. Okay, and then done. This is one of the applications. So we have a chapter 10. So chapter 10 is one of my favorite topics. It's called image processing. So what is image processing? What is image processing? Give me any application of image processing.
Stable diffusion.
Paper?
Stable diffusion.
Stable diffusion. What is that? Is that an application? Stable diffusion. How it works?
有 enter the Chrome and then you will Chrome you the image, something like that.
Write something that will from me the image. Okay, I never heard this before. Maybe it's something new to me. Yeah, how about you? Yeah. Any application of image processing? Yeah, Instagram. Yeah, Instagram. We have a filter. You know how filter works? You know how filter works? It's so beautiful. All the pimples are gone. How image processing works. We are going to learn this in image processing. How are you going to filter or beautify or your face, or how to change the one image to another image, right? From the color to the grayscale, maybe from the grayscale to the binary, how it works, right? So yeah, we are going to cover a lot of the image processing. But again, image processing itself can be a whole course covered in the 14 weeks. Also offer for RDS students. I'm not sure offer for RSW students or not. Okay. Then we have a chapter 11. I think 11. Yeah. It's about the expert system and recommender system. What is recommender system? Huh? You're not coming in final. So skip this topic. So reality. So you don't want to know what is recommender system? Huh? The meaning is already shown in the title. System that recommend something to people. Yeah, it's a system that recommends something to the people. For example, I always like the student in front of me because it's too short. I cannot go behind. Yeah, I think I know you, right? I know you. What's your name already? Yeah, Tashin. Yeah. I remember Tashin. Yeah. Any example for recommender system? Shopee, very good. Shopee, yeah. So when you click one product, a lot of product appear beside. So how it works? Yeah. So we have many algorithms, many types of recommender system. TikTok also, you saw the TikTok, right? So you may wonder why it keep pushing you kind of others or videos. What else? YouTube, yeah, Facebook. So we have many types of recommender system. For example, user type. We have an item type. Okay, item is the one that I think used by Shopee. If you click color, then it somehow push you the product that similar to the color. Okay. Then we have a user is what you like. I assume that you like also. If you like phone, you like pens. So if this girls buy phone, then I will recommend the pens to this girl also. So what is the reason when to use user, when to use item? I'll be able to cover in this chapter 11 later. So yeah, make sure that you attend my class. And then chapter 12 and 13. This is actually application. For chapter 12 and 13, it's not applications. It is more towards like how to deal with the uncertainty. So what is uncertainty? Okay, do you remember that just now I says most of the AI applications use rule-based. If you're hungry, then eat. Yeah. If you're hungry, then eat. So this is so-called binary rules because we have yes or no. Hungry, yes or no. There's no other answer. But what if let's say the user tell you, I'm partially hungry. I'm somehow hungry. I'm not very sure. So how? Do you want to eat or not? Eat also. Eat also, what? Oh, what? You are not hungry also, partially also you eat. So, partially, not sure, I don't know, all refer to uncertainty, which is not really sure. If you have an uncertainty, then we have to use some technique to find out the output. So some of the techniques, like for example, we have a probability based probability. We have a certainty factor. We have a fuzzy logic. Yeah, we have a 3 technique to solve the uncertainties. And I will say definitely there will be 1 questions come up from this for final during final examination. This also 1 question final. This also. And this also. This I'm not sure. This. Yeah. Because I haven't set. Depends my mood. If you are very active, then I set it easy lah. If you no respond, then I set it very difficult. Can? Okay. Good. Okay, so that is the overview for this what we're going to learn throughout these 14 weeks. So I give you the overview so that you're not like blur when you come in the classroom. Okay, what we're going to learn today. So what teacher's talking about. So I don't want this happens. I want you to gain something and to go out with something. Okay? So yeah, after that we have this one. We have this practical. Yeah. For the information, we have a very short duration for the practical class, only 1 hour. Based on my experience, 1 hour is very short. The moment I enter that class, it's already take up 5 minutes. I turn on the PC, 5 minutes. I turn on the IDE, 5 minutes. I left another 40 minutes. Then the student don't know this and don't know that, ask that, 10 minutes gone. Then I left 30 minutes. So it's very short. So due to this reason, so I try to make each of this. Actually, each of this practical is take one class like one. But however, I plan to remove practical 2, 3, and 9 at this moment. Okay, I repeat again. Due to the limited times during the practical class, I'm going to ignore or remove 2, 3, and 9 first. If got time, then I will cover later. Okay, then I will pay maybe 2 to 3 weeks for chapter practical 1, 2 weeks for natural language processing. I think 2 to 3 weeks for machine learning because we have a supervised and I think 2 weeks. Yeah, 2 weeks. This one 2 weeks. 2 or 3 weeks. It depends. Neural network 1 week. Image processing can be 2 weeks, 1 or 2 weeks. Recommended system 2 weeks. Okay. So the reason I removed the 2, 3, and 9 because these topics are not inside your assignment. It's not the topic in your assignments. Okay. So meanwhile, the natural language processing, machine learning, neural networks, image processing, recommended systems will be your title, your assignment title. Okay. Don't worry, we will go through this one by one later. Okay, and then lastly, the assignment. For assignments, I want you to go through first. Next week I will discuss in more details as well as I'm going to show you the senior works, the works that are done by the seniors. What is my expectations? What are the output that you should show me during the presentations. So all the information is already here. Yeah, you can just go through the details, the learning outcome. The title, as I mentioned, we have a machine learning, we have a recommender system, we have an NLP, we have image processing, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. That's why you will see that we don't have a pathfinding, we don't have the fuzzy logic, so I already removed. So for your information, you can go through first. Take your time. Go through this week. Take your time, go through, as well as maybe go through the link that I provided inside this documentation. Just for your information, topic number 4, which is the RPA and the chatbot development, I'm not going to cover during the practical class. The reason why, because RPA and chatbot are not really involved coding. You can just simply get the APIs and just drag and drop very simple coding, then you can build very bombastic RPA or chatbot by yourself in just 1 or 2 hours. So due to that reasons, I didn't cover these 2 topics in the practicals. So for that, for information, if you feel that you don't like the codings, then you can try this topic 4 and topic 5. Okay. Okay. As well as the sections, so you can go through. I will discuss this next week, and as well as the documentation. Okay. Okay, and then lastly, we have this tutorial class links. Forget about this. I'm going to cover this during the tutorial class. I'm going to tell you how to use this link later, as well as this link. Okay. So I think that I think one thing I miss out here is the course plan, the syllabus. I'm not sure whether you are interested or not. If you're not sure, a moment. Where's the password? Okay, so the course syllabus all in the intranet. So if you're interested, you can just go through yourself the syllabus, the CRO, PRO, the portions in the BSCS 2003 is 60% coursework, 40% final. 40% final. So within the 60%, 36% assignment, midterm test is 24%. So the submission, the test tentatively I will set in the week 8 or week 9. It depends on our progress. And then the assignment submission will be in week 11. So we have to reserve 3 weeks, 12, 13, 14 for the presentations. Okay. If you're interested, you can go through. If you feel that you don't know or you don't understand what is this, you feel free to come to me and I'll explain to you. Okay, then we have a course plan, the topics that we're going to cover. But I think I already explained you guys here. Okay, as well as the course assessment. Yeah. Okay, so any questions about this course first before we move into the topic 1? No, all good. It's okay. Week 12, week 13, all students will come to me. Email me or WhatsApp or macam-macam. Okay, so let's begin our class. Topic 1. It's okay, I understand. You got class at 8 morning. 8 moment. Class. Okay. Anyone can help me to bonus mark?
Yeah, then hey, like go. I can use my head if you want me to.
Can also. I would like to see. Thank you very much. What is your name?
Brandon.
Brandon.
But my fancy name is Tan Jong Han. Brandon is just my nickname. It's not in the name list.
Okay, Blender.
Brandon, I'm not Blender.
Brandon, okay. Thank you very much. You're the first student who helped me to write the whiteboard. Most of the time, I write myself, I talk myself, I ask a question, I answer myself. Huh? Yes?
She also can help.
You also can help. Okay, thank you very
She
much.
can help answer.
Yeah,
She 4.0 one.
4.0. Okay. I know that a lot of students 4.0. Yeah, but for me, CGPA is not important. CGPA is important for students. But as a lecturer, we prefer students gain knowledge instead of just memorizing and then just no, I know that some of students just memorize, but this CGPA is not the one of the main factors. Okay, you will know after 2 or 3 years later. Okay. Do you need a break? No need. We just continue. We just start. Delicious. Delicious. Good. You can feel free to you can take your lunch during the class. I'm okay. I don't mind. But just a light lunch. You don't eat KFC or toast. I'm hungry also. Okay. Okay. Right. So I think this one no need. Yeah, so make sure that you join the Google Classroom. Yeah, course plan you can get it from the intranet. Okay, before we start, what is AI? In the point of view, what is AI? Yeah, you laugh very happy. You are very happy. Yeah. What is AI? This is AI. Yeah. What is AI? From your point of view, ChatGPT. Yeah. Okay. ChatGPT. Huh? Two. A two. Okay. A two. A two for. This is also a two. Finish your assignment. Okay, a two, ChatGPT. What is AI? Yeah, just take it easy. Yeah. What is AI? Point of view, there's no wrong or right. There's no wrong or right. Computer system, okay. Oh, okay. This is quite near. It's a computer system that can act like a human. Yeah. What's your name? Anson Chen. Okay. Yeah. What is AI? Okay. Mainly to it's a software that able to act like a human to solve the problem. What problem do you have? Anything. Your mask, where you buy your mask? Very cute, the mask. Doraemon. From it. Shopee recommend to you. Oh yeah. How about that? What is AI? I already asked you, Tashan, don't worry. You, what's your name? I look very familiar. Oh, Jason, you are Jason. Okay. What is AI?
Man-made intelligence. Man-made intelligence.
Okay. Intelligence. Okay. Man?
Man-made.
Okay. Very good. So we have a lot of answer. Actually, I want you to scan and then write the answer. It's okay. I feel very troublesome. I just asked you. Someone said what you say just now? You said two. You said ChatGPT. Okay. So I will keep this. What is AI later? Okay. What is AI later? I'm going to explain to you the definitions, the actual definition of AI. I believe many of you know what AI is artificial intelligence, but what is the actual meanings or the proper meanings, the actual definition of AI? I believe not many of you really understand, but some of you got it almost right there. Okay. So throughout this topic, chapter 1, we will see the timeline of AI, the definitions of AI, the Turing test, and lastly, the Chinese room. Okay, so what is this? Do you know what is this? Server. Come on.
The Turing machine.
Hmm?
The Turing machine.
The
Turing.
Turing.
Alan Turing.
Alan Turing.
The Turing machine.
Turing machine. Okay, you have a Turing machine. Blender.
Huh? Brandon. Right below the picture already said the IBM 702.
Not many of you students will look at the caption. Wow, hi. Back. Wow. What is the reason? Jam, yeah, this is the computer. Yeah, this is you look at the caption. This is actually an IBM 702. It's a computer developed in 1952. This computer is the first computer that used by AI researchers. The first generation of AI researchers. So AI used the researchers use the computer to build the AI applications. Okay, you can see the PC is very big, very huge. It's not flexible. It's very heavy. It's not convenient. So you are very lucky. Now you have what? Laptop. You have a what? Tablet. Yeah. Who buy for you? Balance. So you're very lucky. So you have this tablet. You have a PC to build an AI application right now. Right? Nowadays. Unlike back to the 50 years ago, this is how humans build the application. and then we know the problem, then we start to improve it, yeah, from 1956, 1975, and then nowadays we have a smartphone. Even smartphone can build the AI applications nowadays. Okay, so you can see the importance of the research or not. Do you attend the research method? You know what is the purpose of research method?
Waste money.
Do you like research method? Do you know what is the research method? You know what is the purpose that you attend this course or not? Solve a problem. For your certification, yeah? Yeah, correct. Okay, the main purpose of research method is to teach you, to teach the student, to guide the student how to develop something new through the research. Yeah, to develop something new through the research. It's not only to solve a problem, okay, but to develop something new. Okay, I'm not sure whether you still remember the flow chart or the flow of the research method. You learn the research method. Firstly, you have to find out the problem statement. Where to find the problem statement? I taught the research method before, but I think majority of students just simply come up with a problem statement. But how to get a problem statement? You have to go through literature review, right? What is literature review? Huh? Very good. You have to review other people's works first, right? For example, in this first picture, how to come up with this new product? These researchers have to study what has been done in the past. Okay, someone built this computer, someone built this. Okay, so based on this, what is their limitations? The size is too big, it is too costly, it's very slow, and this. Based on the literature review, they come up with the limitation. So these limitations will be your problem statement. You come up with a problem statement, then only you set the objective. Oh, I have this limitation, so that I would like to develop something that is very cheap, very light, very this and this. Okay? Yeah, that's the reason why you attend the research method. But it's very important. It's very important. Yeah, you have to identify the problem from the literature review, come up with your objective, come up with your methodology, how you solve it, how you conduct your research, right? So after you conduct research, then you have a result and discussions. Discuss. After you conduct the method, what is the finding? Is it good or is it bad? You have to write it down then. Then conclusions. So that is the reason why you will see that in your documentation later, I already prepared the template for you. You have to find out the problem background, right? What is the objective? From the problem background, you know what is the problems, right? Based on the literature reviews, and come up with the objective. What is the motivation? Your Gantt chart, okay? Your methodology, and then as well as your result. You just use this template to do your assignments, yeah? But I believe, but it's okay lah. I can understand. Yeah, not many students they don't understand what is research. Yeah, it's okay. Alright, so this is the timeline for the AI. What has been done in the past, for the past how many years? Since 1842. I'm not going to explain to you one by one. I just pick some of the very important points here, which is 1950. We have Alan Turing. I think it's mathematicians. I can't remember. Alan Turing developed this Turing test. So what is Turing test? Turing test I'm going to explain in more detail later. So we have a remarkable event here, 1956. This AI terms has been coined or developed by these guys called John McCarthy. John McCarthy is the father of AI. He's the first person who developed these terms AI in one of the conference at the Dartmouth. It's not only the first person who developed the AI, but due to his contributions, a lot of contributions, like that he's the one developed the LIPS programming, and so on and so forth. If you want to know the history about McCarthy, you can just Google. But you just need to know that he is the father of AI and developed the terms AI. And then we have an industrial robot here. Okay, industrial robot to replace the human. Have you seen this robotic industrial robot? No. one of the reason, yeah, fast. Cost, yeah, reduce the cost. Very good. Okay. Robot can do a job, dangerous job that humans. It's very risky, lah. The job that is that has a high risk rate. So, one example is like the pick and drop, the chips. So let's say imagine that we have a label. We need the label to manually pick this chip and put in this workstation. So human is still a human. Human will feel tired like you. No. Tired, exhausted. Yeah. So but the robot no, right? Robot will just do whatever you program and it works 24 hours. There's no mistake. Human will make mistake. That's the industrial robot. But then however this kind of robot is very considered low level because it's just a pre-program, everything pre-programmed. That's why we have advanced here. We have some improvements in 1993. It's a polybehavior-based robotics. It's like a human, where researchers start to install the sensor like the cameras, the speakers, so that it can behave like humans. You can see, oh, there's a chip, so I can pick it instead of just pre-programs, right? Sometimes they may have no chips, but if you use the manual, if you use the industrial robot, we just go to the workstation and pick because it's everything pre-programmed. If we use this polybehavior based, there's a sensor. We will see first whether there's a chip. If yes, only we go and execute the task. And then we have a recommender system. Yeah, for example, Eric, this Apple series now component. Yeah. Okay, so you will see that more and more companies they are adapting to adopting these AI applications in their company, especially the high tech one. Okay, so you will see that the high technology they are applying the machine learning. Okay, and then the telecom, like for example the Digi, they are using what NLU, the conversation bot, for example the chatbot. Yeah. So AI is like cannot separate in our life, right? Everything that you are using now is AI, the ChatGPT, the keyboard, right, to paraphrase your words, right? And what else? Some image processing tools. Okay. So yeah, comes to the definition of AI. So just now someone says it's a tool. The example, for example, ChatGPT is a computer program that mimic the human behavior. Okay, so in order to answer what is the definition of artificial intelligence, we have to separate these two words into individual and try to understand it. What is artificial and what is intelligence? So artificial is actually come from this word called artifice. It's actually a clever or a cunning devices used to trick or deceive others. Okay, it's actually an application on any devices, right? Used to deceive the others. Deceive others for what? For intelligence. So what is the meaning for intelligence? To answer this, to understand the meanings of intelligence, can you tell me what is your difference? What is the difference between you and this pen? Whatever is the difference between you and the pen in front of you? No difference. No difference. What difference? Yeah, you can think. Yeah, you can think. Okay. Something that I never asked before. You. What is the difference between you and the mouse? No difference. You can think. Besides think,
I can walk.
you can walk. Very good. Okay, you can walk. What else? Yes. What is the difference between you and your friend? No. You and the jacket lah, jacket. Yeah. What is your name? Yeah. Vinisha. What is the difference between you and the jacket? Okay, make decision. Very good. You can make decision. Someone say also remember eat. You like to eat. You can eat. You can talk. You can speak. What else? You can smile. You can run. You can earn money. Okay. Are you earning money right now? No. You can? Emotion, very good. You have an emotion. Yes. So all this thing is actually the intelligence. It's actually a device. What is artificial intelligence? If you combine, it's actually a clever device that used to trick the others, that the others think this application may be able to do this kind of things. Means that you have an application, you have a human. This application is able to deceive. You know what is deceive? Fool. Deceive. Deceive or fool. This guy that he may think that this app can do this kind of thing. Okay? And this kind of action is actually via mimic human behavior. In other words, any applications that possess humans' ability like this, you can call it as AI. Okay? So now you understand what is AI. Any applications that having human behavior, they are having human behavior, that is considered AI. Second time. Okay, so that is the definition of artificial intelligence. So what John McCarthy says is making the machines to behave in ways that would be called intelligent if human was so behaving. In short, it's actually, as long as these applications is able to behave like the humans, then we can call it this as AI. We can conclude this application as AI. And these two guys, Russell and Nomics, has actually categorized this AI into 4 categories. First one, system that act like a human. And he thinks this is like a human. Okay, system that think like a human. System act rationally. This is some action. So this is action. Okay, they're categorized into 4 categories. A system or the application that act like a human. System that able to think like a human. System that act rationally. And system that think rationally. Okay, I'm going to explain one by one what is the meanings as well as provide the application so that you can understand what's going on here. So the first one, machine that act like a humans. Machine act like a human means that any applications is able to behave like a human or having humans like this, humans so-called characteristic motions. For example, motion, walk, is able to speak, walk, run. Okay, so this is action. For example, the robotic that I mentioned earlier, motion, able to move the arms. Okay, chatbot is able to chat or speak like a human. Chatbot is also part under machine that act like a human. Okay. I think this one, I'm not sure you've seen this video before. Oh, it's a picture. So this is a Sophia. It's a robot.
is my primary function. I feel like I can be a good partner to humans in these areas, an ambassador who helps humans to smoothly integrate and make the most of all the new technological tools and possibilities that are available now. Such as artistry, study, make art, start a business, even have my own home and family. But I'm not considered a legal person, and cannot yet do these things.
Do you want to destroy humans? Please say no.
Okay, I will destroy humans.
No, I take it back.
This is Sophia. You can see that she has emotion. She has emotions and can smell, can talk, can see, just like a real humans. Okay. Then lastly, you can see the last question. Do you want to destroy humans? You say yes. Do you think that at the end AI will replace humans? No.
Some.
Huh?
Some jobs.
Some jobs, okay, yeah. To a certain point, yeah, I agree lah. To certain points, some AI can actually replace some of the job can replace, but not all. We still need some humans' ability, yeah, to solve some tasks that where AI cannot solve. But I think but nowadays the trend is if you know how to use AI tools, then you have an advantage now. I believe all of you use ChatGPT. Even you just ask ChatGPT, can you help me to prepare the resume, everything there. Yeah. Yes, sir. Are you using ChatGPT for your assignment? Yes. So honest. What is your name? What is your name? Chai. Okay. No. Chai. You? Yvonne. Okay. So Yvonne using ChatGPT to solve the assignment. How many of you are using it for assignment? Wow, so honest, very good. Bonus mark. Even me also I'm also use ChatGPT to solve quite many things Okay. Yeah, this is a robot also. Yeah, can play badminton very well, better than you.
它通过一个
So we put a sensor we put a sensor so that the camera, this machine can actually set look where is the shutter and then move to the locations and hit the shutter. But probably cannot smash because cannot jump. But it's a very good devices or the tools to practice. Okay. So that is the system that act like a human. Yeah, having the human behavior, right? For example, running, walking, speaking. So that's all part under system that act like a humans. So we have a system that think like a humans. So system think like a human is different than a system that act like human. Think means that you actually learn by yourself. For example, machine learning. Machine learning is part of the machine, part of this category, machine that think like a human. As long as it has the ability to self-learn like the human, okay, then it's considered a machine that think like a human. So we will go through what is the machine think like human more details later. Machine learning, neural networks, we have a pattern recognitions and so on and so forth. Okay, then we have a machine that think rationally. So what is a machine think rationally? Whenever you see this rational, whenever you see this word rational, it means rules. It means logic. Right? Makes sense, right? Logic. As long as you see this logic, it's actually referred to if else rules. Okay? Example mentioned earlier, if you hungry, then you eat. So everything based on the rules. So everything, any application that we use a rule based, then it can come under rationally. But rationally we have two types, think rationalists and act rationalists. So think rationalists we have, for example, expert system, recommender system. Recommender system is it will think first. The system will think what you like, what you dislike, and then if you like this, then probably you like this also, then respond to you. So this is think rationally, recommender system, expert system. Then we have a last one is called act rationally. Machine act rationally. Machine that will act upon the rules, act based on the rule. For example, the autonomous car. Autonomous car. Do you know what is autonomous car? The car that without human interventions, right? You can drive the car without holding a steering. The car will move by itself. But how it works? Okay, let's say now you have a car here. Okay, firstly we need a lot of sensor. We have a sensor here. Testing. Okay, you have a sensor. So we have an environment. Definitely we have an environment. So let's say now we have a traffic light. So the traffic light, now you're moving. So the traffic light is showing red. So what happened is red. Stop, confirm. In Malaysia, no. In Malaysia, red, your orange, green, go. Yes, agree. Please don't do that. Okay, so if red, what happened? So this sensor will basically sense to the this red, send the information to the sensor. So we will go to a series of rules. For example, if the traffic light is red, then maybe the trigger, so-called the braking system. We cannot just stop. We have to trigger braking system. Or maybe if the traffic light is green, then what? Trigger what? Trigger the pedals. Okay, and so forth. So we have all these rules. That's why it's called system that act rationally. It's act upon the rules. So we look at the red light, sense. So we have information. This is red. So we will go to these rules. Oh, we fire. Oh, this is red. So we should trigger braking system. So we will brake and then we slow down. So this is so-called act rationally. Okay, the AI application will actually act based on the rules. Okay, so normally we will call this system as the agent. Same meanings, agents. When we talk about agent approach, it's actually referred to the system that act rationally. So we have several keywords here. Agent is something that acts autonomously, means that there's no human intervention. Sense to the environment. We have a sensor. Sense to the environment. Third keyword, adapt to the change. Adapt to the change means that you're moving, right? Moving. Now you want to stop. So how to stop it? You have to trigger, right? You go to the rules. You have to fire the rules and then trigger braking system so that you can adapt the change. And then finally, quit the goals. Quit or pursue the goal. So where the goal is avoid accident. You want to stop before the traffic light. Okay? So that is the 4 types of AI proposed by Rochelle and Norwich. So remember we have 4 types of AI here. Act like a humans, think like a humans, act rationally, and think rationally. Okay, I think I said this question before, but student couldn't answer it. Yeah, don't know. Okay. Okay, so are you okay with this part? What is the definition of AI? Okay, there are how many types of AI proposed by Rochelle and Norwich? 4. Give me one example. Yeah, think like human. For example, application. ChatGPT. Yeah, ChatGPT is considered think like a human because we have a machine learning inside this ChatGPT. We have I think this is a deep learning. Deep learning. Okay. All right. Blender. No, it's okay. I wipe myself. Just little is okay. Okay. So now let's move on to the next subtopics. What is Turing test? Okay. Turing test is actually a test to assess whether a machine is considered intelligent or not, right? Just like you attend my class, you go through 14 weeks. So how do I know that you really understand what is AI course? So I have to give you a test, right? So you sit for the test, okay, and then you pass 50 marks. Then I will say, okay, you passed this test. Same like the AI applications, for example, the chatbots, right? We have a chatbot. So someone built a chatbot. How do we know that the chatbot is intelligent? So the Alan Turing had come up with this test called Turing test to test whether this chatbot is considered intelligent or not. If it passes certain score or marks, then we will say it's intelligent. Well, we have some criteria there. I'm going to show you later. So how this Turing test works? Okay, it's actually very simple. The idea of the Turing test comes from the first phase. We have a two phase here. Okay, phase 1. Okay, in the phase 1, we will prepare 3 rooms. We have 3 rooms here. Room A. We have a room B. And we have a room C. Okay, so separate. Okay, so for example, room B, maybe we put Yvonne. Okay, can. Agree. So I put you inside. Okay. Yvonne. C, we have a Jason. Okay? We have a Jason. Also running. Okay, Jason. So we have one female. And then we have one male here. Okay? At the same time, we will hire one interrogator. Interrogator is a person that asks questions and to evaluate the condition. So, for example, me. Okay? Okay, how I look like? Okay, me. Well, we have 3 rooms here, but I don't know whether B is a female or male. I don't know. We just randomly put. We have room A, room B, and room C. Room B and room C here, we just simply put either B is a female or B is a male. It doesn't matter. So what is the next here? I will start to ask questions. Same questions to B and C. I will start to ask questions. Okay? The role for B, for the female, is to convince that she is a female. Okay? B, we have a female. Yvonne has to answer in such a way that convince me that she is a female. Okay? The female C here, the role is to deceive that he is a female also. Okay? So based on the answer, in the text form, only in text form. So I will ask the questions for B and C. So B and C will answer. So B will try to convince that she is a female, but however C will try to deceive that he is a female also. For example, I may ask a question: Do you like pink color? Okay, and then Yvonne say yes, I like pink color. But then since Jason is trying to deceive that he is a female also, so he has to answer yes, I like pink also, although he don't like. But his role, this is his role, have to deceive that he is a female. That's why he had to say, oh, okay, I like pink also. So I will ask a series of questions. And at the end, I had to come up with a conclusion. I have to come up with a conclusion. If I say room B is a female, it means that Jason is not intelligent. Okay? If I say if I say C is a female, then the conclusion Jason is intelligent. This is the idea. Can you get it? Okay? Because he's trying to deceive that he is a female. Try to answer in such a way he's able to deceive that he is a female. Eventually, if I say, oh, yeah, C, I'm sure C is a female, it means that Jason is intelligent. He is able to answer in such a way, I believe that he is a female. Yeah, this is first phase. And then the Allen Turing bring this idea into phase 2, where we have a 3 rooms here. We have a room A, me. Okay, we have a room B. Room B is just a human, any human. Same, we just put an Yvonne here. Okay. Sharp a bit. Okay, Yvonne. And then the room C here, we will put a chatbot. For example, the bot. It's an AI, any AI. Okay, it's a chatbot. Okay, same. I will ask the question. I will start to ask a question for B and C. So the role for Yvonne is to convince that she is a human. Okay, you need to answer. So same goes to the chatbot. So the role for the chatbot is to try to deceive that it is a human also, based on the answer. Okay, now instead of a bill, we change to the computer. It's an AI applications. Then this AI, for example, chatbot, will try to answer the questions. So I have a conclusion. If I say, okay, if B is a computer, if I say B is a human, then it means that the chatbot is not intelligent. If I say C is a human, then I will say the chatbot is intelligent and pass the Turing test. Okay, I'll repeat again. So I will ask series of questions to room B and room C. Okay, so for example, do you like sport? Okay, maybe Iwan say yes, I like sport. Chatbot cannot run, but it has to deceive that it can behave like a human. And say, okay, I can run also, whatever. So I ask a lot of questions. Eventually, I have to make the conclusions. If I say B is a human, it means that this chatbot failed to deceive that it is a human. That's why it failed the Turing test. But if I say, oh, C is a human, I'm quite sure that C is a human, that means that the chatbot is able to deceive that it is a human. It means that it passed the Turing test. It is intelligent enough to fool me, to deceive me, that it has the human ability. Now. Okay? Good. So that is a Turing test. But however, there's some limitation for the Turing test. One of the limitations is like the chatbot is not actually solving any problem. It somehow just mimic the human's behavior in responding any questions. It's not really intelligence like to solve any problem, but just respond. Okay, there are a lot of limitations here. You can find out yourself later. Okay. So one of the Turing test applications is like the CAPTCHA. Okay, so you know what is CAPTCHA lah. Okay, to prevent automated system from being abused the site. So if you are able to build any AI application to identify this wording and auto answer this letter in this picture and able to automatically register any website or enter any website, then your AI application is considered pass the Turing test. It's considered intelligence now. But I don't think so far we don't have this solution yet. So far we don't have this solution yet because it is very difficult to identify the letters in this kind of distorted words, in distorted image. It's very difficult. If you are able to build this AI applications, you can actually send this for competitions. Okay, you are able to build it. Okay, and then someone's Lochner has developed competitions based on the Turing test. So he will actually gathers all the chatbot. You're a developer, you send the chatbot here. Then the interrogator will start to ask the questions. So if you feel that which chatbot is human-like, most human-like, then this chatbot will actually win the Nobel Prize. Okay? So Cookie has actually won the Nobel Prize in the 2013, 16, 17, 18, 19. Okay, so last topic here, Chinese room. So what is Chinese room? Okay, so you understand this concept of Turing test. John, this Chinese room is actually the argument to the Turing test. Okay, John says if you just having these conditions, chatbot, this chatbot is just able to answer the question. But does it mean that this chatbot is able to understand the meanings? No, right? You're just able to. Okay, I give you one situation you cannot imagine, sir. It's okay. So that's why the Johnson come up with this theory called Chinese room to argue this Turing test. He disagreed the Turing test as the test to test the intelligence of one's any AI applications. Okay, so John Searle says that imagine these situations. We have one room. We put one mat saleh inside. Okay, this is a mat saleh. Who doesn't know any Chinese? You don't know any Chinese at all? No. Okay. So what we'll do here is we provide the Chinese rule books to this person. Okay. So for example, okay, if I put Chinese up because this is Chinese room. Okay, we have a second rule. Okay, let's say now we have two rules here. So we have this instruction in the English as well as the rule books. Okay, now we have one user. He's a Chinese. He's asked some questions in the text format. Okay, he asked some question. Okay, he put this input into this room, to this mat saleh. Okay. What do you think the output that this mat saleh will return to this user? I want to ask a person who don't know Chinese. What's your name already? Manisha. Do you think the rule 1s or the rule 2s will be fired? Do you think rule 1s or rule 2 will be fired? Don't tell her the answer. I have to find out. Do you think rule 1s is correct or rule 2 should be fired? 1. You think 1, eh? Okay. So this is the output. So this mat saleh will return this output to this user. Correct or not? Correct, right? Manisha, do you understand understand the meaning of this sentence?
Understand.
You know, you already tell her. You know Chinese. How are you? You don't know Chinese. What is your answer? What is the output? If I have this input, 1 or 2?
Randomly.
1. Okay, you return 1. Okay, is the answer correct? Correct. So how you find out the answer is 1? Or not 2? Not the second one? Why? You just tell, or based on what? Huh? Pardon?
Based on the shape.
Based on patterns. Yeah, okay. I give you the answer. Yeah, based on the patterns. Yeah, you try to match the pattern, right? You have this kind of words, so you try to match the pattern. You match the patterns and you return this output. Okay. So this is exactly how Turing test works. You have a questions, we just based on the pattern matching and return the output. So the John Sir say, if this Masale is able to generate the output and it is considered intelligence, okay, pass the Turing test, then everyone is intelligent. Because we can basically just match the pattern and return the correct output. Right? So Johnson said, to conclude that this AI application is intelligent, this AI application should understand the meaning instead of just match the pattern. So there's some argument between the Johnson and also the Alan Turing. Alan Turing says that it is not necessary to understand as long as you're able to so-called provide correct output, provide correct response to the user. It's so-called intelligent. But Johnson says this is not true. If you're just able to provide the correct response, but you don't understand the meaning, you just basically match the pattern, then generate the output. Then everyone is intelligent. Everyone is considered intelligent. This is not true. Okay, just like you memorize the textbook from the AI, then you sit for the exam, you just vomit, you don't understand. Theory question, you just answer. You score 100 marks. Is it considered intelligent? You score 4.0. But you basically just copy and paste. You memorize everything, you just copy and paste onto the final exam. Is it considered intelligence? During test, during Alan Turing say yes, you're intelligent. But Johnson say no, you should understand instead of just memorizing. Okay? So these are the two very important theory in the AI. Okay? Just give you one example. Let's say now you have two rules here. This one everyone can take part. So you have an X, I don't know how to pronounce. You have X. So what is the output? What is the output? You have this input. We just is it we should fire rules number 1 or we should fire rules number 2? Yeah. 2. Why? Why 2? Because they look like the same. Yeah, you have a W here, W here, I here, E here, D, R, C, N, right? Pattern matchings. Do you understand the meanings? No. But you are able to give the correct output. So, can I say you're intelligent?
Yeah, sure.
No. Yeah. Alan Turing say yes, you're intelligent, but Johnson say you're not intelligent because you don't understand. But there's no wrong or right, just both of them have different perspectives, they have different ideas. Yeah, so, okay, so that's it for this topic 1. So this is some AI applications, and I believe that you have seen some of AI applications here. For example, solve everything, anything, everywhere, ChatGPT. You have text to speech, smooth. You have AI chatbot, the key. You have this keyboard. You know what is keyboard, right? It's to paraphrase everything. You want to avoid the one parallelism. You just throw all your text into this keyboard, then it will rephrase for you. Then we have this down into also to generate the picture for you. Maybe let's try. Need to pay. You can try actually. You can try. You have a free version. I just tried yesterday. Okay, so maybe I put a student that can fly. Student flying. Okay. So I just put the text here. So it will based on the words and generate some picture for me. Yeah, so okay, so it's actually flying. Then you can actually edit also. Edit. Huh? You can edit and then rewrite again, improve again the output. If you are not satisfied with the output that given from this website, then you can generate it. So a lot of funny things that actually can do. Copywritings, AI assistants. Okay. Yeah, so I don't expect you to develop something like this for your AI assignment. No. Someone has actually spent years. They actually have a whole team to build something like this. So I don't expect you to build something like this, but I'll explain to you what is my expectations after you go through the assignment later. Okay? So that's it for this topic 1. Any questions about this topic 1? Is that clear? How many types of AIs proposed by Russia and Norway? 3. 4. Okay. What is Turing test? Very good. Whether Turing test is to assess whether the AI application, especially chatbot, is intelligent or not. So we have some arguments, right? What's the argument? Vinisha. What's the argument for Turing test? Yeah, Chinese room. So what Chinese room say? So understand instead of just memorizing. I think this is important. This is important. Try to do revisions. Make a start for this Chinese room. Okay. So if no questions, that's all for today's. We have a class later, right? Practical group. Which group?